There have been lions all roaring all night. We're in the middle of the African bush, and this is Safari Live. Ready?
Standing by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are live, you are live.
There we go, look at that. A white-backed vulture in the pre-dawn darkness. And unfortunately, this vulture is not sitting atop a lion kill. I think it just chose this wonderful dead tree to snooze in last night. And it's one of my favorite dead trees. It is a leadwood. Now, believe it or not, these dead trees can remain standing for over 100 years once they've died. And the wood is so dense, if you dropped it into a swimming pool, it would sink to the bottom. A bit like our final control team. Only joking, of course. Good morning and welcome to the Sunrise Safari. My name is Brent Smith. I have Dangerous Dave, the objectified dish, and the dish he is on camera. He's trying not to laugh at the moment. But this morning you have myself and Taylor to take you on the most amazing adventure in the African bush. Now, Taylor has just joined us, so I think it's time to put her on the test. So we're going to be having a birding competition between both vehicles this morning. And of course, we've already got one up with the white-backed vulture. And I'm just listening. We can hear lots of birds. We can't see any. And hopefully today, the elusive white-throated robin will make an appearance. But we're going to have to go down towards the Moati River to find that. But first things first, I'm going to be looking for some lions that I heard roaring in this area at about 3:30 this morning. No lions, just a grey go-away bird. Well, thank you to Lucy and Kevin who saw a Birmingham boy at the Pan last night. Now, we also saw a Birmingham boy last night. Dave thought it was a waterbuck. It wasn't actually Dave. I think it was Rebecca who said it was a waterbuck. And it was the head ranger from Arathusa's birthday last night, so we went out on a little social occasion. But on our way home, we did see a Birmingham walking towards the Pan. I'm just listening to the radio. I'm really hoping those lions start their call. But anyway, if there are no lions, we're birding, and birding properly. So the record for a sunrise safari, I think, is 32 bird species. We aim to beat that, and we challenge Taylor to try. Now, Taylor has got the other killer bee. So it's B versus B. So it's T and B versus B and D.
That's right.
Yes, so we'll see who comes out trumps today. And it's going to be very exciting. I'm ecstatic to have you on the vehicle with us. And welcome to your own privately guided safari. Now remember, we are live. We can take questions. Hashtag Safari Live on Twitter. Or send an email to questions@WildEarthTV. Keep those final control ladies busy. Let's carry on. Hopefully we've got some lion cubs around the next corner. We are on Djuma private game reserve at the moment, heading towards the north on a beautiful little road called Nyala Road North. We're heading towards the Buffels Hook waterhole, a favourite hangout of the Nkahuma pride. Now, as we continue on, let's go across to Taylor and see if her and Brian are up to the challenge for the birds.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a very
it's not too chilly this morning. It's a bit fresh. Safari Sunrise Drive. So my name is Taylor, for those of you that don't know me, and this morning behind the camera we've got Brian, aka the Thumb. Look at him looking all smart in his dinner wear for breakfast. That's very, very hipster like, doing the complete opposite. So I hope you are all well this morning, and I believe Brent has challenged me to a game of birds. Aha! Well, he's one up already. I haven't seen anything just yet. I don't think most of them have quite woken up, but I'm going to be sitting, listening, waiting for the dawn chorus. I cannot wait for that. And hopefully we'll find a nice little bird party where we can just sit and we can count the birds, maybe get 5 or 6 in one go. That'd be really nice. So, last night I also believe Brent reminded you about the lion waterbuck story. There's a lot of confusion as to who shouted waterbuck. It was not me. I can clearly tell the difference. My eyesight is good and I eat my carrots. And so basically what we're doing is, I'd really like to just checking the cut line, just want to make sure if he hasn't crossed out. He was beautiful, so I did get to finally see my first Birmingham, even though it was in the dark. So we're going to carry on along here, just heading relatively slowly, just making sure I'm not missing any tracks. Otherwise I don't want to waste my time tracking an animal that's not even on the property. And we heard them vocalizing quite a bit last night, so he was looking for somebody. Also, it's maybe a good idea just to keep an eye to see if the kahumas have maybe crossed back into our traverse. Come on, birds, 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 birds. Ah, but I believe Brent has got another one. He's 2 up.
Well, Taylor was mentioning she wanted a bird party. We, of course, have already found one. And there we go, a puff-backed shrike, or in the current, with the new names, the black-backed puffback, which is the most ridiculous name ever given to a bird, since it has a very white back when it puffs it up. Oh, he's flown off. And let's just have a look what else. We've got quite a lot of birds calling around us. We have the coffee tea or me, which is an orange-breasted bush shrike. Let's just listen. Incoming. Right towards us. Oh, it is a scimitar. A common scimitar, number 3 on our list. And you can see the rapier-like bill that is used to pry under bark and into little holes in the wood. It's a very thin beak, specially designed. Now, from all the animals out here, evolution is probably most apparent in the various types of birds we have, with their different bills, different wingspans, different feathers, specifically designed. Whoop, off it pops. Anyway, I think that's a good start, Dave. What are we on? 3. So we've got a black-bucked puffback, a common scimitar bill. Okay, I was about to start just to go there, into that gardenia. I saw an interesting bird land there. Oh, it's the puffback again, but have a look. As he turns his back, he's puffed. Oh, no, he's obviously unpuffed his puffed back. Oh, off he goes. Oh, another tree, another bird landed in the same tree. A little bit to the right. Oh, there's a battle going on. A little bit to the left. And there's the puffback, but it was chasing another bird. There, oh, the other bird has escaped. Oh, there's the puffback again. So, the record for a sunrise safari is 32 species. We have 29 to go. Now, of course, we're not going to say no to any big cats while we're searching. And I'm hoping the Nkahumas have come back from their visiting in the north. Now, it sounds like someone is jumping ahead of me and taking my sneaky spots. So we're about 400 meters from Buffelshoek Dam, but it seems like someone else beat me there, so let's go have a look.
Look what I've found. I've got some turtle doves, which are hysterically funny birds. There's 4 of them, but unfortunately they only count as 1. So far I'm on 1 bird, which is wonderful. And we also came around here just to check to see if we couldn't pick up on any lions, but we haven't. So we're going to carry on looking around to see what else we can find. Lovely little turtle doves. I was saying to you yesterday how they've got the most interesting call. If they would only call for us, they might either work harder, or more lager. But let's let these doves meander along and carry on with their day, and we are going to carry on. I can hear some more birds, and listen, let's see if we can find out who's shouting over here. But it's quite thick. Oh, here, hang on. Who have we got there? I think we've got a tawny flanked prinier. Can you see it? Just on the... there we go. Yes, hello. Hello, little one. But we're getting there slowly, and it's gone. Number 2. What else can we get here? It seems like there is maybe a little bird party here. Can hear lots of noises. Lots of chatting away. But no one really showing their face. Let's go on a little bit further. And let's see. Oh, we've got some... sounds like Natal spurfowls shouting in the distance. Let's see if we can find one. That's interesting. Brian, you obviously ate your carrots last night. Look at all of that. Look at all those vultures up on the tree. So those mainly look like white-backed vultures, which I believe Brent has already got. But I suppose we can still add it to our list. And that's quite interesting. I wonder why there are so many of them. And now they were flying. There are. FD, thank you, Kirsty, for allowing me. That is an unusual amount of vultures. Let's see if they're flying now. Let's see if they land close by. Maybe we need to go and try and have a closer view to see what's happening there. Vultures, they do roost in the evenings, so that's not common, but there's so many of them, and when they flew, they didn't fly away. They've just flown to the next tree. And if you see, there's still some that are perched up. Maybe let's go have a closer look. Maybe there is something down there. We did have that male lion vocalizing quite a bit. So possibly, maybe he's made a kill. Maybe it's not even anything. Maybe he's just sleeping. Rightio. While I go bundu bashing and see and do a bit of investigating, let's go and see what Brent has to loo.
Well, of course, I'm one step ahead of Taylor. I'm already off the car. So all those vultures Taylor's looking at are down in this drainage line. We've actually disturbed some of them. They've flown. So what I'm going to do is say, let Taylor find you some birds. I'm going to go try pull a cat out of the drainage line by its tail. So I'm going to go for a walk. I think there's enough vultures that warrants a bit of interest. So the Nkumas were really hungry when I last saw them, and they didn't catch anything last night. Apparently yesterday they caught a very small buffalo, a little baby, which didn't provide much food. So I'm hoping they are lying not far from where I'm standing right at this very moment with a large buffalo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go have a walk, see if I'm lucky enough to get growled at. So if we get growled at, it probably means we're going to find the lions. And of course, we're going to keep looking for birds at the same time. But while I go see if I can find a cat on foot, let's go back to Taylor, who's of course following me around this morning.
Brent, you know, I've just heard all these wonderful stories about you and how all the viewers just absolutely love you. So I can hear Brent talking just ahead. I don't think he's seen these 2 birds that we have. Are you kidding me? They were perched so nicely. We did actually have a drongo and a Cape glossy starling, and they have now both flown away, so we'll have to find some more. So I think we're going to probably just go past Brent's vehicle, just bypass him very quickly, and we're going to take a different route and just check a few roads. I reckon the vultures that we were obviously looking at, this is exactly the same vultures that Brent was looking at, and I think he's got the same idea that I have. Hopefully he picked up some tracks along with all that vulture activity, which would hopefully be a bit more positive. So for those of you who are just joining in, remember we are live in the African bush. Oh, I've just got to stop my trail of thought. We've got David. Hello, David. Oi. How are you? You're looking very fresh this morning. So we've got James following up on those vultures, which is fantastic. That's great. I don't feel like getting dusty this morning, so I'll try and stay clean because I'm usually the very dirty one. But like I was saying, so we are actually live right now, so you may even hear me sneeze, you may even hear me cough if you're not convinced. And if you'd like to send us a message or comment, please do, we encourage it. You can either hashtag Safari Live on Twitter, or if you want to emails still good. We're not quite living in the Stone Ages anymore, so you can send in an email to questions@WildEarth.tv. I see Brian has got something. Brian, what do you have? Oh, a black-headed oriole. Let me sneak forward a little bit, and I think, can you get him there? Or should... Oh, look, oh, and he's calling so beautifully. Look at that beautiful black-headed oriole. I think he's going to call it typical. Wait. He's still chatting. He's just flown to the next bush. You're actually going to have an even better view of him now. I'm not going to say too much. I just want you to hear how unbelievable and fluid this call is. So, where did he go now? Oh, he's on the bottom branch of that guarri tree. Look at that, look at that. Come on, call for us again. If he doesn't, I can always play the call. Not while he's here. I don't want to upset him. They're quite territorial birds. FC's going to have to help me. I've forgotten how many birds I have. I think I'm on 4. Oh, listen to that. We're ahead. Apparently Brent is only on 3 and he's off the vehicle. I think this is a perfect opportunity to gain some momentum and get ahead while he's disadvantaged and on foot. Let's leave this oriole. Let's move on because I can see a few more birds flying. What do we have? Who have we got flying over there? Let's try and get a little bit closer. Looks like some green wood hoopoes, and they never like to sit still. There we go. You see, there's 1, 2, 3. I saw 4 of them, and I did see something else as well. What else is hopping? I'm going to have a look at the binoculars very quickly. Is it a grey-headed bushrat? Yes, it is! Do you see that? To the left. Go to the left a little bit. Where are you now? He's hopping down. Yeah, go down, and then zoom. If you go in a bit close, he's just to the right. There we go. That looks like a grey-headed bushrat. Maybe it's an orange-breasted. I just want to double check. I haven't seen an orange-breasted for a very long time, so I'm just going to quickly look in my book. Actually, I have got an app. Let me look on my app. So while you have a look at these beautiful birds, so now we are on 6 birds, and how wonderful is that? Let me just apologize. I just want to very quickly check. I've been on holiday and I've forgotten what birds look like. B for bushshrike. That would maybe help me. Let me just double check. I think it actually could be an orange-breasted. Is he hiding behind the trees? Yeah. Let me go forward a little bit. I just want to quickly confirm which bushshrike that is, because I didn't get a great view because they never sit still. I think actually I'm going to change my mind. Just by the size and the beak wasn't as robust. I think that was an orange-breasted bushshrike, but any bushshrike is good enough because you hardly ever see them. And to very quickly have a view of those green wood hoopoes was very nice too. Oh my goodness, we do actually have... Oh, there he is. Can you see him up there? Yes, we do have an orange-breasted bushshrike. That's fantastic.
No, I lost him again.
Is he still just further to the left? Go down and to the left? Where did he go?
I think he flew.
Ah, Okay, well, yes, indeed it was. He's going to the top of the tree. No, forward. You know these birds, they're so cheeky. They don't like to sit still, but we have got so many. We've now got drongos. And unfortunately, I think he's up top, jumping around on the top of the tree. Do you see that? Oh no, we've got someone else. Who do we have there? There's a blackback puffback. Possibly. Can you see them just hopping? There's so many birds there. There we go. You gotta go center frame. Who's that? No. Southern black tit. That wasn't the one I was looking at though. We've got a southern black tit. FC, please, final control, help me out. I'm losing track because we've got so many birds. And then there was also something just to the top of the left. Can you see that? It's got a very, looks like it's maybe a crombeck. I didn't see that. I did not see that. Maybe a long-billed crombeck or even a grey pendulum tit, but I didn't see that bird properly, unfortunately. Just as I looked at the monitor, it flew away. And I was saying this grey cloudy sky unfortunately is not helping for the visual of the birds. It's not really giving their true colours, so it's actually not the greatest morning to do birding. Brent setting me up to fail. We've got a drongo though, you can see just at the base on this lovely knobthorn, who is flown away, which is nice. But we did have a drongo. That's the green wood hoopoo again, hopping around, probing for any little insects or any boring beetles or grubs that may be in the bark of the tree or even in a little hole. We have got a puffback, I think. Oh no, that's our bushshrike. That's our orange-breasted bushshrike. Very nice. We're on a roll. I need to try and recap and do a count. So we started off, we saw turtle doves. Then we saw, what did we see next? We saw tawny flanked prinia. And then we had vultures who are still coming in. So hopefully Brent's going to find something. And what else did we have after that? Then I did say we had a drongo and a Cape Vulture starling, but they flew away. And then we had a black-headed oriole, we had orange-breasted bushshrike, southern black tit, and I need to catch this drongo. Now, normally drongos are very, this is a vulture that is flying. I think it's most likely a white-backed. I cannot see very well now. Yes, white-backed. And actually, you could have seen that quite nicely as he landed like that. Yeah, when he had his wings spread open. I don't know if anybody managed to catch that very quick glimpse. See that lovely white patch on the back of the bird, which is obviously why they're called white-backed vultures. That was a really nice little food party here. Let's carry on a little bit and see who else we can get. But the list is growing. Rachel from Israel, welcome to the morning show. Thank you so much for watching. So Rachel wants to know if there are quite a few birds in this area. Yes, as you can see, the food parties are fantastic. I'm not sure what the exact number or the count of birds in the northern Sabi Sands is, but I can imagine that it's probably at somewhere around maybe just under 300 birds. So say between 250 and 300 birds. I think we're very spoilt. And now you can see on your screens, we are looking at go-away birds. How's that? It's always nice to see some go-away birds. They used to be called grey lories, but I prefer their new name. As the name suggests, and maybe if we're lucky enough, they'll give us a little shout. They shout, "Go away! Go away!" when they don't like you. So they often say it to me. There we go, off they fly. Normally these birds are always sunning themselves first things in the morning. And they like to eat fruit. So you'll often see them on the jackalberry trees at this time of the year, because they've got a little bit of fruit. Oh, that should actually be nice. Brian, are you feeling hungry yet?
Yeah.
Starving? Maybe
yeah,
starving. Absolutely famished. I think we will also, during the course of the day, if we're lucky enough, if we can beat the baboons and the monkeys and all the different birds, maybe we can find a few jackalberries that have dropped to the ground and that are still edible, in case there's no little worms and parasites. Though I suppose that's extra protein for you. We've got another whiteback vulture sitting up, perched on a tree. That's actually nice. So Brett also mentioned to me, I suppose I should let you know about this too, is that he wants to do a little bit of a photo competition. Now, I wish we had a lovely blue sky, because this would have made for a lovely photo. And I'm going to repeat it like I have every morning so far. Remember, we are doing a calendar. We're doing a calendar, and we are calling it Bums of Africa of Safari Live, or we can work on the title, but Bums of Africa has to be there, and we need to fit Safari Live in somewhere too. So if you've also got any name suggestions, please send them through. You can either hashtag Safari Live or questions@WildEarthTV. And the idea of this is, as the name suggests, Bums of Africa, is to take screenshots from your computer at home or from your cell phone, however you are watching the show, and the aim is to try and get pictures of their bums. So bird bums count too, but that's actually quite difficult. That'd be an interesting shot if you could get a bird bum shot. Let's move on from this welcher and see what's down the road. Let's see if we can find another food party. And I believe that quite a few of you have actually been sending in some of your screenshots. So I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm still working on. We need to try and get it that we can everybody puts their pictures together and has a January to December. And maybe I always like to say, when I used to say that I wanted to do this calendar, is that the rangers should be December with their Christmas hats and bending over, fully clothed though. It's not a nude calendar. So just for a good chuckle to throw the rangers in there. Right, where the bird's at. I'm not as good. Oh, hello, Nyala. My goodness. Look at you right here. How close is that? Hello, sorry, I didn't even see. Your camouflage is working well. Yeah. You look like you haven't groomed yourself in a while, I'm afraid. She was so close. She's got her little one with her, a young female. And they're nibbling away. They found some greenery to munch on. You can see her coat is actually not looking that great. I don't know if you can see the adult so well. I just want to have a look if you can maybe zoom in onto her neck. And you can see she's quite scraggly. Now, I don't know if that's just either for a lack of grooming, or if she's maybe got some form of a mite or something. You see there's a few patches of hair. Maybe it's a mange, but it doesn't look too serious. Maybe it's just because, unfortunately, with the drought at the moment, the animals seem to have been losing condition, and something like mange is probably the first thing that will go for an animal when it is not in its healthiest. So that's maybe what's happening there. But I suppose if she gave herself a good groom, she could cover it up as well. She'd probably look a little bit neater. She needs her daughter to help her and do a bit of aloe grooming. You see that few little speckles on the legs. I love the Nyala. They always look like they're wearing shoes, little black shoes, little pointy shoes. The ballerinas of the bush. Just listening to the radio, it's quite interesting. It's very interesting. So where we were seeing all those vultures, I'm just going to stray away from the Nyala, and while we watch her, I'll tell you about what's going on. So it seems that they have picked up on some lion tracks. I'm not sure how many or who. Brent, I'm sure, will give a fantastic update. So I don't want to let on too much, but somewhere around where those vultures were. So I don't know if his walk has been too successful. I hope it has. It's always nice to see some of the big cats on drive. She actually looks fairly plump. Don't you think, Brian? Look at that belly. And I don't think it's food in there. I think that there's a little baby brewing. So I think maybe that's why her condition is also lacking, is because somebody is stealing all of her nutrients. And her coat, her lovely hair, she hasn't been able to go to the salon. Maybe she doesn't fit in the salon chair anymore. But lovely. It was very nice of them to be so calm and so relaxed. Are you going to come out again? I seem to be having a lot of luck with Nyala. I really wish I used to have this luck when I was guiding. It would have helped because they're such beautiful animals to photograph, and often they would see me and they would turn and walk straight back into the thick bush. But I think it was yesterday or maybe the morning before, where I had a lovely group of Impala and Nyala to walk straight in front of my vehicle. So I was very quickly mentioned, we're going to have a photo competition, so we're going to have to get Brent to go on about the photo competition a little bit more and where you'll be able to see our photos to decide on the winner. But Brent's back in the vehicle. Let's see if he's got lucky. I hope he has, while I count the birds.
Got tracks of lions chasing buffalo all through this block. And I haven't been able to find them yet, but I'm on the trail. So what I'm hoping to hear is a little roar, a little growl. But of course I haven't forgotten about the birding competition. I think Taylor's jumped up ahead of me while I've been tracking lions. Now I can hear some birds. Hear that? Right, there we go. Let me go back a bit. Working forward will work as well. Oh, it's running away.
Here we go, Franklin.
You got it?
No.
It's a Franklin, and it's how Franklin making that noise. Ah, no, it's disappeared. Well, I'm confident enough that we don't need that specific bird. So my plan is now to move around, and we are in the northern sectors of Djuma at the moment, around a Buffalo's Hook waterhole. I'm 100% convinced the lion's in this block to the south of us. So I've got tracks heading north, chasing buffalo. And I'm just trying to make sure that they haven't come out this side. And the vultures were all down there, so I'm quite sure, I'm fingers crossed, that they've caught something. But it could be closer to Hyena Road. So we're going to make our way across towards Hyena Road. And while we do that, Dave, how many birds do we need to stay in touch, you reckon? 2, 3? At least. We're not too worried though, as you can see. Here we go, there's one. There's a Birchall starling up in the tree. Or a silhouette of a Birchall starling. Now every time I switch off the car, I'm listening. I'm just hoping to hear a little growls over a buffalo kill. Do you hear those other birds? I hear some other birds. There they are. You hear arrow-marked babblers. What's that now? Number 4? 5. Oh, racing ahead. Or catching up at least. So, arrow-marked babblers are a social species. They live in little flocks where they can babble to each other. Now, the reason they're called arrow-marked, there we go, is Dave uses the super zoom. You see a little white, he's a bit fluffed this morning, those little white marks on their chest look like little arrows pointing upwards. Oh, off it goes. Now, a very, very warm welcome to a warm part of the world. Hello, Aaron in Florida. Aaron is wondering, are the more colourful birds males, and are all males colourful? Well, Aaron, no. It all depends on the species. And most very colourful males, it's to do with attracting the ladies. So different males have different strategies, whether it be being colourful, being loud, being very displayful, and we have a really wonderful variation of all in this part of the world, from certain species that only develop their colour during the breeding season and then become drab and brown during the non-breeding season. And then we have species like the arrow-marked babbler we just saw, where everyone's sort of the same, and it's more about who can be the noisiest and the most impressive when it comes to talking. That wins the ladies. So I suppose if we had to compare, oh, look at that. It's so weird. I thought I'd turn my lights on. Just look at this beautiful light that suddenly just crept through. There's a tiny gap in the clouds that the sun has managed to creep through. It's going to disappear. We're going to go dark again. There we go. Look at that. It's just the tiniest of tiny gaps that the sun crept through for a second there and brought us the most wonderful soft yellow light. Okay, here we go, it's gone. It was literally 5 seconds of beautiful yellow light. Okay, so now as I said, I'm very convinced the Nkuhuma Pride are here. Now I'm just double checking now. So I only had tracks of, at least 3 lionesses, but they were what one would call running tracks, or let's rephrase, galloping tracks, and they were galloping after buffalo. The amount of vultures that are here make me think that they are definitely here, and they've definitely made a kill. Now it's quite a big area with no roads, so it might take us a little longer than I'd like to find these lions, but find them we shall. I've called Rex in, and Rex is going to go have a nice long walk here. Of course, I don't want to leave you guys for too long, so that's why I keep my walks relatively short. Oh. And what do we have up there? We have another bird, number 6. Just 1 second, sorry, I'll be on the radio. Taylor, channel 5 on our radios. Here we go, a grey go-away bird. And for once, they're being quiet, which is quite pleasant. Now, I know you've already seen it with Taylor, but you haven't seen it with me and Dave. And, of course, as I said, every time I stop, I'm listening, I'm hoping for the growl of lions on a kill. The distant peck of a woodpecker is all we're hearing at the moment. Okay. So where are you lions? Now, while we meander through, Actually, I've got a question for all of our regular birders, our twitchers out there. Why don't you guys let me know what is the most rare bird you've ever seen on a live safari? I'm thinking the 2 most rare birds that I've ever put on camera was the pale morph-booted eagle and the purple-banded sunbird. But let me know what is the most rare bird you have ever seen on a live safari. And remember, questions at WildEarthTV or hashtag Safari Live on Twitter. Let me know. And I'm trying to think, what else have we've seen? But I think for me, those are the two, apart from the one white-throated robin. Now, the white-throated robin is very localized, quite rare in this area, but very localized. But we hear them more than we see them. But we're going to keep looking for these lions. And I think, how many birds are on, Dave? 6, 7? 6. Okay. So, 6. Let's go see if Taylor's got any more to show you.
Good morning again. I have had no luck though. I've just seen a whole lot of little birds just fly into here, but they seem very body. It's another bird party. We've got a bushbuck as well running away. Oh, a crested barbet. Can you see the crested barbet? Up on that tree? Ah, yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. How awesome is that? So I don't know how many birds I'm on because I've got so many. I'm so proud to say that. And there's a few little tawny flank prinias again zitting around. But that barbet is really beautiful. It's hiding away. It's jumping up and around the trees, which is making it very, very difficult. Oh, look at that. Sneaky, having breakfast, making me hungry. So we are apparently on 10 birds, and that is just not good enough. We need to keep this count going higher. I think I've just seen a robin. I'm going to go forward a little bit, just because there's something hopping around. Maybe it's I don't know, brown scrub robin or white-browed scrub robin. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Where did you go? Where did you go? I'm just trying to have a little look-see. Oh, though we've got a Natal spurfowl running away from us, but I don't think we're going to catch that on camera. I don't know, Brian, if you saw that racing off into the distance. I think he's gone. Why is everybody... Oh, so I think we got to go... Where are you? Oh, there you are! Okay, 11. It's gone behind some very thick stuff, but I don't know if you saw, there was a brown thing that was moving around very, very quickly. And I think, I just want to see, I saw this little robin that I saw hopping around. I can hear one calling too, but I don't know which one it is. You know what? I've never seen a white-throated robin before. I'm going to very quickly play the call so I can familiarize myself. You're all welcome to listen while I find the call of this robin. Give me 2 seconds. White-throated robin. That's none of you. Are you here? No? White-browed? Oh, yeah. Hello. That's very pretty. Let's see if we can play. I need to remember that. Can you all hear that? Okay, very interesting call, but we've got someone else calling. I think we've got a white-browed. No. I don't know, the birds are all chirping in here, but unfortunately they're not showing us themselves, which is a problem, because we need to see the birds to actually be able to count them on our list. Brent's got something that eats other birds and other animals. Let's hope he doesn't get too far ahead.
There's a tawny eagle. Now, I'm always very interested when I see a tawny eagle. Now, like the battalier, they're quite often the first to arrive at a carcass and often lead the other birds of prey. Oh, yes, it is a tawny. I second-guessed myself there for a second. It's quite a bit bigger than a Wahlberg's. And we're coming up to an area where there's a lot of vultures as well. So far, only white-backed vultures I can see. They're up ahead of us here, spread through all the trees. Thanks very much, Joey. Looking at vultures, Joey says the rarest bird he's seen on drive is a Cape Vulture. Well, maybe we'll be lucky enough to see another one today. Looking at... Oh, there is a possible Cape Vulture there. Okay, so there is a Cape Vulture. Wow, Joey, you seem to be psychic. So behind, there we go, yawning right now. You can see how much bigger it is than the white-backed vultures. You can see it's physically a lot bigger. A white-backed vulture is a massive bird. Cape Vulture is even bigger. So in the center of the screen, there's a vulture. Right behind it, you can just see his head coming out to the right. And you can see it's lighter colored. That is a Cape Vulture. Oh, thanks, Jerry. I was about to discard the vultures, thinking they were all white-backed. And the lions have to be here somewhere. But just while we're doing birds, Dave, on the ground opposite me, that's just, there we go, a red-billed buffalo weaver. Oh, off it flew. There's some more around. Oh no, they're all flown. Anyway, it counts. And we're going to move a little bit further forward here. Let's try and get a nice view of that Cape Vulture. Apparently we're on 9 birds now, so 1 behind Taylor, I think. Oh, 2 behind Taylor. Yes, but sometimes it's better to have quality rather than quantity. And talking about quality before they fly away, now you can see the size difference. There we go. In that, oh, there we go. That's what the Cape Vulture thinks of us. So you can see the size difference between the Cape and whiteback vultures there. And you can see the pale coloration. Now, whiteback vultures have quite a lot of different coloration from dark, and even the one just to the left of the Cape Vulture, even though it is light colored, you can see the size difference. Now, the interesting thing about Cape Vultures, now this vulture has probably come from over 100 kilometers away. Now, there we go, look at fluff, fluff, fluff. Cape Vulture fluffing. Now, whiteback vultures will nest in this part of the world almost exclusively in acacia trees, and almost 80% in Acacia nigrescens, or the knobthorn trees. A Cape Vulture only nests on cliffs, and they will travel hundreds of kilometers a day to find food. Sorry guys, just need to be on the radio for a second. Oh, I do like vultures though. Okay, so while I sort out the radio, let's go to Taylor, who's sneaking even further ahead with a Harrison bird.
We have a little brown hooded kingfisher, which is fantastic. That's really nice to add to the list. So he's just perched over there. We actually had a very nice view of this bird a few seconds ago, but unfortunately it didn't like us and it flew away onto a further dead tree, and now we're viewing him through some sticks and leaves and all sorts of things. I've actually just spotted a squirrel. Can you see him? He's actually looking straight at us, screaming at us on this tree that bends quite nicely. This one that's straight to our left, you see where the termite mound is? Directly below it, the chimney. Follow that tree up, and the branch that's furthest to the left. So we've got a little squirrel. Okay, he's cleaning himself. So we just want to have a quick look at the squirrel, because it's actually quite nice. Can you see him? Oh, hello. So we are on 12 birds now, and now we are going to watch this lovely little tree squirrel clean itself. Yum. Parasites. Delicious. What are you doing? I think everybody's a bit sad today. It's sort of movie weather out in the bush, and I think they were hoping there was going to be a bit of sun and warm up and have lots of energy, but everyone's a bit miserable, and this squirrel is very itchy. Very, very itchy. You need some anti-dandruff shampoo or something. What are you doing? Michelle from New Jersey, good morning. As we watch the squirrel, Michelle was asking about... Oh, we have another bird. Hang on, Michelle, I'm going to get back to your question now. We have a crested Franklin. We are on 12 birds, everybody. 12 birds and counting. I think we're just going to sit here and wait for them to come to us. This one is coming right towards us. Don't worry, Michelle, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm going to answer your question now. So while we keep watching little Frankie the Franklin over here munch away, So Michelle was asking, do any animals shed their coats during the winter months, sort of coming seasonal, I suppose? And yes, to the extent that they just sort of become slightly fluffier. So like your dogs at home, let's talk about something that you're all quite familiar with. You know that when you groom them and brush them, coming out of winter, you know how much hair you have. So it's pretty much the same thing with the animals. They just get sort of talking about the antelope, of course, and I'm pretty sure the squirrels will just fluff up a little bit, and then they will lose that and get a summer coat. There's actually two little franklins, but the other one is behind some trees, and this one is going behind a tree too. So this is actually proving very promising, this little stretch of road that we've got here. We're doing a little boat cruise this morning, an imaginary boat cruise on the SS Brian. We'll name it after Brian. This morning, let's carry on going, and we're just going to see if we can quickly pick up on a few more birds. I have seen a few little things fluttering around in the distance, so I think we're gonna float on forward and see if we can get some more. I can hear another brown-hooded kingfisher calling in the distance. But Miss Lynn, fantastic. I'm so glad we can provide your cat with entertainment this morning. That's an unusual viewer. So you're going to have to try and get a photo of your cat watching the screen. That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? And post it on Twitter for us. So Miss Lynn said that her cat is enjoying the show because it is watching. And obviously, cats like birds. Most house cats aren't always the greatest hunters, though. I think some of them have lost that sort of instinct. Some are better than others. But that's quite nice. Oh, I can hear a few little tweets and things, but I can't see anything just yet. So I'm just looking up to the tops of the trees just to make sure that we're not missing anything. We're getting to a point where I think there could possibly be another bird party. There's a lot of action going on here. It's very noisy. Little bee eater, got it. So we have a little bee eater over here who is fluttering away. So what are we gonna do? Let's see if we can reposition. How you going there, Brian? No. Okay. So we need to just quickly sort out a little issue over here. Sorry, everybody. We will be back with you shortly, though. And we're going to carry on looking for some birds. Hopefully we're going to get this little bee eater. That's going to be our plan. Radio. Let's carry on driving a little bit further, though.
Multitasking. Not only are we looking for birds, we're looking for lions. So Rexon has the same set of tracks that I had a little bit earlier. They are heading north, so he's checking on foot, and we're going to zoom around and check on the northern boundary. Fingers crossed they haven't disappeared to the north. But while we are checking for lions, I'm sure we might be able to add a bird species or 5. Okay, so we need to go slowly because we need to check for tracks. Just listening to the radio here quickly. So apparently there's 2 male lions and 3 females on the Kruger Park boundary. So I wonder if that's not the Torchwood Pride and not the Nkuhumas. So I'm going to ask to see if there's any sign of any of those females lactating, because that's how we'll know. Well, James and Carl say that the greater honey guide was the rarest. Now, strangely enough, that is not actually a rare bird in this part of the world. But I have to agree with you. I've seen it once and heard it a second time. So maybe it's just where we are that we're not seeing the greater honey guide. So I'm just waiting for a chance to ask whether any of those lioness are lactating. Station with those Nyala on Kruger Boundary. Are any of those females lactating? Wait to hear. Copy, thanks, Femin. So, if none of them are lactating, is it possibly not Torchwood Pride? We've got tracks of females chasing buffalo around Buffelshoek Dam. I'm just trying to ascertain whether we are searching for a lost cause. Okay, so it looks like it's Torchwood Pride. None of the females are lactating. So that means, hopefully the Nkahumas are sitting happy and pretty on a buffalo in here. Now, of course, as we try find birds. So Alice, Joan and Jan would like to know if there are any updates on the dead buffalo in Arathusa. I'm not sure. I think Taylor's heading in that direction. I'm focusing on these tracks that we've got here inside Djuma. But what I'll do is I'll jump on the radio just now, get hold of the guys in the west, and see if there is any updates. Dave, why aren't you spotting birds? I'm looking for tracks. Well, there we go. Raisa has spotted, not spotted, Dave has spotted something. Raisa said they saw a greater painted snipe once. Oh, well done, Dave! Magpie shrike. I'm taking this opportunity to listen again. Now, magpie shrikes live in flocks, and if we have a look, there's quite a few more of them off to the left. We can hear it calling. There we go. That's the one that's calling. Oh, another one flying in. Now, they will defend their home range very aggressively against other magpie shrikes. I've actually seen magpie shrikes kill each other before. Oh, on the ground. Just to the there somewhere. There we go. No. That's the babbler. There was a hornbill there. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Okay, a little bit more to the left, a little bit more to the right. Zoom. Oh, he's gone behind the tree. There we go, there he is. Red-billed hornbill. Now, it seems like Taylor is really putting up a challenge this morning. So she's got probably my favorite merops species that we get in the Sabi Sands. So let's go have a look.
Brett, that's so good to know that this is your favorite little bee eater. So as I just said, this is a little bee eater, the smallest of the species of bee eaters in southern Africa. And there were a few others zooting around with it. However, it seems to now be on its own, and it's been very, very patient with us. We've been following it now for the last few minutes, and there it goes. It dropped down to the perch below. It's gone down to the left. We'll catch it again. And they're such wonderful little creatures. I really love it when they do all sit on a stick in a row like that, when you have 5 or 6 of them all cuddled up next to each other. It makes for a very, very pretty picture. And if only the rest would come and join, I could maybe win the photo competition with a picture like that. So something quite interesting about these birds is, obviously, as their name suggests, bee eaters, they are specialists in eating insects with stings, so not just limited to bees, but also wasps and all sorts of other goodies. And you'll often see they'll swoop down doing all sorts of acrobatics in the sky, and they'll snap up what they want, and then they'll fly back down to the perch, and then you'll see them doing a strange thing of rubbing their beaks on a stick or whatever they may be perched on, and that's to actually remove the little stinger, and then they eat it. I mean, how clever is that? Very, very clever. And they just remove the stinger, which is nice, so they don't get rid of too much of the flesh either, so they still have quite a good meal. Look at that. Amazing. Now let's perch back a little bit closer. It's actually a lovely little bird. So I think we're on 12 birds now, if I'm not mistaken. And there was also an orange-breasted bushshrike again calling for us, which was really nice. We're going to go now, I think, go on a little bit. Oh, around 13. I'm not giving myself enough credit, but Brent's not far behind. He's on 11. I think we're going to have to go further forward. We're going to go under this little tunnel of love over here and see what else we can find. I saw something else flying, but it may have been that bee eater again, because I had to take my eye off of it. There's quite a few of them fluttering around here this morning. Okay, let's go through here. Watch your heads, and we've got Brian moving the aerial. Thank you, Brian. Now I'm jealous. I had Brent's favorite bird. Brent's got my favorite mammal. I'll see you back a little later.
Look at this. I mean, they were right next to us. I'm just going to roll back a little bit. Lovely female elephant and her offspring. Actually a breeding herd all around us. Hi, Ellies. What are you up to? It's a little female. And just roll back a little bit. Oh, it's going to charge. And charge the tree. Yes, the tree is very scared of you. I know it's going to play with the other one. Which she's caused absolute panic. She was playing, and now she's just literally. Everyone thinks something's changed. Everyone's ears are up. They don't know what's going on. Mom, of course, is just looking at this going, what are you doing, child? Look at Mom. Mom is so relaxed. Probably like a lot of mothers feel quite often. Now she's like, oh no dear, the baby's run so far away, I need to catch up. Hello, Mom. Sorry, we didn't do anything. Yes. It was your child. Well, off she goes. We're going to keep moving because I have a secret. Oh, I have a secret. Dave, do we have a secret?
Yes, we do.
We have a secret. The secret requires us to move. Oh, but before we do, just to stay in touch with Taylor and the birds, I saw a bird. Where did it go now? Oh dear. Where's it gone? There was a crested francolin. Where did they go? Yeah, we'll count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alas, Taylor is about to creep further ahead, but I've still got a secret.
You see there? Quickly, 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 look what we've got. We had it perched so beautifully, and now we have, it's a bit hard, like I said, with the grey sky. That was an African hoopoe that we very quickly got a glimpse of, but we saw it, And we've got the Cape Glossy Starling, which we didn't have. We missed earlier, so we can add that one now too. So that should be on 15 birds for us. It's a pity that Hoopoe didn't hang around for very long. But however, out of all the different starlings that we get, I absolutely love the Cape Glossy. I love the noises that they make. They're hysterical, and just their whole behavior around them is very comical, especially when they come down and bathe in a pond of water. That's always fun to watch. So fantastic. We're on 15, and I've got a beautiful Nyala bull for you just up straight ahead, feeding on the banks of the Muwati. The river is raging this morning. You can see it's very bumpy in here. Had been a little bit seasick already. Oh, okay. Excuse us. Just race away from me then. It's very rude of that Nyala. Oh, terribly behaved. Now we've got a bump. Here we go. We did have an opportunity, but he's moving too quickly for us to get a screenshot of his bum. But now he's moved out of the way. But I have no doubt that we will most likely see some more Nyala along the banks of the very dry Muwati River, unfortunately. And hopefully we'll get that white-throated robin. I believe that this is the place to go if you are looking for a white-throated robin. So let's carry on. I'm just coming undone a little bit here. I'll make sure I get connected. All right, let's go. Oh. Genevieve says for the calendar. It's so clever. Why didn't I think of it? So she's for the calendar. Remember I said to you how I'd love it if you could give me some suggestions for names. And she said, what if we call it? But this is Safari Live. I think that's wonderful, Genevieve. I quite like that. If anybody thinks they can top Genevieve's name for the calendar, please send them in. You can either hashtag Safari Live, or you can send an email to questions@wildearth.tv. So you can contact us anyways. If you want to do a smoke signal too, that's fine, or pigeon with a little note on its foot, we can do that. But just creep through here, just because this is quite a little canopy. Maybe we see something. Oh, what was just darting away from us? Can hear a few little birds, but I can't see anything just yet. Oh. Let's see what we have here. I don't know, does anybody know any bird enticing songs? Because I don't. But if anybody does, please send through the lyrics so I can learn it and sing it. Not that my voice is very good at singing. I apologize. Yeah, my name may be Taylor, but I'm nothing like Swift. And I know Brent was going to try and use that. Maybe he has used that already. I'm not sure. Right, nothing behind us, nothing in the tops of the trees. How disappointing. Aha, I stole it. So now Brent can't use the Taylor Swift thing. So James Richard would like to know what my most interesting experience has been with a bird. So, have any of you ever heard of a greater honey guide? Actually, I might just quickly stop and get a little photo for you. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't need to, because I think Brent was chatting about the Greater Honey Guide earlier, and I hope he hasn't told the same story I've just told you. But my personal most exciting experience has to be when I was in the Lower Zambezi National Park, and we heard this call coming from this bird, and we identified it as a Greater Honey Guide, and we tried to follow it. So there's an old folklore that they say that the honey guides will actually lead you to a beehive, and they're unable to, unfortunately, get the wax, the comb, and they'll eat the larvae. They'll eat a variety of different things, and obviously it's a great little treat for us as humans to have honey. So there's an old folklore where they say if you follow it, eventually it will take you to this beehive. And the trick is that you have to give a piece of the comb to the bird. If you don't, the next time you follow one, it's going to lead you to a snake. And I've heard a few gentlemen who have been working in the bush for a long time, some of the local people around the area, who have said that, they have been led to snakes a few times. I, however, haven't. This bird we followed for I think about 3.5 hours, and I thought I was going to end up in Mozambique. So I do not follow honey guides anymore because they don't seem to take me anywhere. They just take me on a walkabout. You can just hear something chatting away. No, it sounds like a starling. Never mind. We'll carry on. Brent wants to talk to me. Brent Taylor. He must be missing me. Brent, I'm standing by for you. We've got some go-away birds in a jackalberry tree. Let's see, actually, let's stop and have a look at this jackalberry and just see what we've got happening in here. Go, Brent. Whee! See if we've got anything in here. Copy, thank you. Fantastic. Oh, just had a little catch up with Brent. We've just got a few starlings, I think, that are flying around. There's a go-away bird too that we're looking at now, and these are wonderful trees. And I can't see too much fruit though. It's like the birds have already got here and eaten most of it. But I can hear a lot more, but they do just sound like starlings. I was hoping we were going to get to some of these big jackalberries and they were just going to be absolutely filled with bird life. But at the moment it doesn't seem that way. I think we're going to make our way out of the Muwati. We're going to go and give a few of the other rangers a helping hand and try and follow up on some lion tracks. So we're going to actually do a big loop. We're going to go back around and we're going to go all the way north again. So I need to try and work out how to get onto Hyena Road. But I saw the thumb this morning with a map. Maybe he'll be able to help me. Radio, let's see. I think we're going to have to go out here. Let's go up this way. I presume we've got to go north-ish again. Carry on. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that mom and calf elephant. I would have loved to have seen her this morning. Like I said, everybody knows they're my absolute favorite animals. Sorry, I've lost something. What have I, oh no, it's in my pocket. I'm losing my mind this morning. That's the only thing I've lost. Okay, radio. Hyena Road, Hyena Road. Let me actually get hold of Aubrey for a second. Aubrey Taylor. Oh, lots of go-away birds. Whee! Through a little roller coaster. Not really. This is a small one. Okay, up we go. Nothing happening here. Sorry, I didn't quite get the name there. Is it Genevieve, if I heard correctly? Blair. Oh my goodness, how hard am I of hearing? Brian, should we go this way? Let's go this way. So Blair, I'm so sorry. I don't know. You want to know when the Woodlands Kingfisher is coming back. That should be soon. What month are we in now? In September. We actually should start seeing them late September, early October. Last year they came back quite early. I saw my first one. This is down in the southern sands though, so it could vary slightly. But I saw my one, I think, in the last week of September. So always going to be listening out for that call. That's when you really know when summer is here. When that weather is really heating up, they tend to come back again. So they're beautiful birds. I'd actually like to try and also see a striped kingfisher. I haven't seen one for a while. They've got a stunning call as well. So this is a very good area to have a look. Apparently you've been seeing quite a few striped kingfishers with Brent. That's lovely. It's nice, you know, even though there's not a lot of water around, you'd actually think it's quite unusual to be seeing kingfishers. However, these particular ones that we have been talking about are predominantly feeding on insects, which is nice. So snatching up all those things that fly into our faces and that we don't like very much. When you can't always burn elephant dung, so the birds have got to do their part too. I'm going to just try and get hold of the rangers again. Aubrey Taylor. Which mobiles are following up on Mafazin Gonyama Mantuan and Kunza around Hyena Road? Copy. Can I come and join you? And sorry, which, can you just identify yourself? Copy, thanks. So I'm just gonna check. Ooh! Okay, Brent's just helping me a little bit because I don't know the property very well. Let me just say thank you very much. Copy, thanks. So, Mr. Thumb, we need your navigation assistance. We need to go and check concrete crossing near Vuyotela Dam. So that's where we're going to be heading. Oh, a little Commandaka. Are you going to stand by for us? No, you're not. Let's see if we can maybe get a little shot. Do you think he's going to stay? Let's go forward just a little bit. Just have a little look at this little Commandaka. It's just up top there. There we go. Maybe we're going to get a very quick glimpse of it. Are you going to come out or are you going to just disappear over the back? Oh no. Hello. There you are. Don't often get to capture these chaps on camera. Very nice. So that's really nice. It looks like a male. The horns are blending in so well with the sticks, and off it goes. That's usually what we get, but at least we got to very quickly have a look at a common dacre. We're going to still carry on making our way towards this area we're supposed to go. If I can go into reverse. Right. Clear my throat there. Alright, don't panic everybody, I'm not getting ready to sing or anything. Hello Jean from Los Angeles. So Jean thinks we should call it the Tale of Djuma for the Bums of Africa calendar. That's quite nice. I quite like that. That'll be another container. We've got some more barbets. Actually, just because they're so pretty, I don't know, can you see them in there? And we had a good view. There's another one jumping up a bit further to the right. Look at these two. There's a pair of them here, and I know we have seen them already, and I do actually enjoy the birds and watching them. These guys are not just sitting around for us. They keep moving away, which is unfortunate. I wish they would just sit still. And now we've got the sun, which is also proving to be a little bit difficult. They're playing hide and seek. Where's Wally? Where's Barbie? I don't know what we can call the bird game. We're going this way. Okay. Goodbye, Barbets. That's a lovely bird. Joey wants me to find a black-collared barbet, and you're all the way from Australia. That's a long way home. For those of you that don't actually know, most of my family lives in Australia, in Melbourne. So I say strange words every now and then, and I blame my parents for that because they taught me that Australian language is just slightly different from English. Okay, we can always try and look for a black-collared barbet. The best way to find them is actually just to hear their call and then just to take it from there. I haven't heard any calling recently. Actually, I haven't heard any calling since I've been here. But we'll keep an eye out. Oh my goodness, it's Dacre heaven today. They're bouncing about everywhere. But I don't know if we're going to see what that one is racing away from us. Oh, I'm just hearing little snippets on the radio. I just want to find out. Aubrey Taylor. Maybe they've got some lines for us.